Imagine waking up every day, not in your own bed, but in a place that feels more like a hospital than a home. That's what life in a nursing home can be like, and trust me, it's not what I expected. At 85, I've made many decisions in my life, but moving into a nursing home is one I deeply regret. If you're considering this step, or if you're helping a loved one make that decision, there are 7 crucial things I wish someone had told me before I made that choice. Stay with me until the end, because these lessons might just change your mind, or at least help you make a better decision. Regret 1. Loss of independence. The first thing I didn't realize was how much independence I'd lose. At home, I had my routines. I decided when to wake up, when to eat, and how to spend my day. But in a nursing home, everything is scheduled. Breakfast is at a set time, even if you're not hungry. Lights out happens whether you're ready for bed or not. Even simple things like taking a walk outside require permission and waiting for someone to assist you. It's not just inconvenient, it's a loss of control over your own life. And once you give up that independence, it's almost impossible to get it back. Regret 2. Feeling forgotten. Second, I felt forgotten by my family. When I first moved in, they promised to visit often, and for a while they did. But as time went on, the visits became less frequent. My children got busy with work, my grandchildren with school, and soon I was sitting alone in a common room, watching the days go by, hoping someone would remember me. It's not that they stopped loving me, life just got in the way. But the loneliness, it's harder than you think. In a nursing home, you're surrounded by people, yet you can feel more isolated than ever. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you do so now by tapping the subscribe button below. Regret 3. Loss of purpose. Third, I lost my sense of purpose. At home, I had things to do, watering the plants, cooking meals, even just tidying up. Those small tasks gave me a reason to get up in the morning. But in a nursing home, everything is done for you. Meals are prepared, cleaning is handled by staff, and there's nothing left for you to care for. At first, I thought it would be nice to relax, but after a few weeks, I realized something was missing. The days stretched out with nothing to do but wait. I saw it in other residents too. People who once had hobbies and passions now just sat, staring at the walls. Without purpose, life starts to lose its meaning. Regret. 4. Faster health. Decline. Fourth, my health declined faster than I expected. Before moving in, I was active for my age. I walked daily, cooked my own meals, and stayed as independent as I could. But in the nursing home, everything changed. I stopped moving as much, and soon my legs felt stiff. Getting up from a chair became a chore. I wasn't alone. Many residents who walked in on their own feet ended up needing wheelchairs within months. The less you do, the weaker you become. And in a place where everything is designed to make life easier, it's easy to forget that movement is key to staying healthy. If I'd known how quickly I'd lose my strength, I would have fought harder to stay active. Regret 5. Loss of privacy and dignity. I lost my privacy and dignity. At home, I had my own space. I could close my door, sit in silence, or do things on my own terms. But in a nursing home, privacy is a luxury. Staff come in and out for checks, and even simple tasks like getting dressed or using the bathroom often require assistance. I remember struggling with the idea that I had to ask for permission to do things I'd done independently my whole life. Shared rooms don't help either. Some residents have to share with strangers, which can be frustrating or even disruptive. And when you're spoken to like a patient instead of a person, it chips away at your sense of self. Dignity is hard to lose, but in a nursing home, it's often the first thing to go. Regret 6. Difficulty leaving. Once you're in, It's hard to leave. I thought I could always go back home if I didn't like it, but that wasn't the case. My house sat empty, and my children started making changes, selling things they thought I wouldn't need, even considering renting it out. Physically, I wasn't as strong as before, and emotionally, the idea of starting over felt overwhelming. I met others who felt the same. They thought they'd try the nursing home for a little while, only to realize that leaving wasn't as simple as they thought. Some even lost the option entirely when their homes were sold or their savings were drained. Moving in feels like a reversible decision, but for most, it's not. The nursing home becomes your whole world, and the outside life you once knew starts to feel like a distant memory. Regret 7. Risk of transfer trauma. And 7th, something I only learned later, there's a real risk of what's called transfer trauma. If the nursing home closes or you need to move for some reason, the stress of relocating can be deadly. Studies show that involuntary relocation can lead to functional decline, increased hospitalizations, and even death, especially for those with dementia. For example, at Mountain View Regional Hospital, 20 long-term residents were told to find new homes, and within months, more than half had passed away. It's a harsh reality that no one talks about. When you're choosing a nursing home, make sure it's stable and unlikely to close, because the last thing you want is to go through the trauma of moving again. Additional insight: choosing the right facility. Now, I know not all nursing homes are the same, and some people genuinely need this level of care. But if you're considering it, do your research. Look at satisfaction surveys, like the CAHPS nursing home surveys, where about 70% of residents report satisfaction, but that still leaves 30% who aren't happy. Check staffing levels too, because 94% of facilities face shortages, which can affect care quality. And remember, there are alternatives. Assisted living communities offer more independence, and home care services can help you stay in your own home longer. I wish I'd explored those options more before deciding. Looking back, I don't regret growing older, but I do regret believing that a nursing home was my only option. It's not just about convenience, it's about giving up your independence, your routines, and even your sense of self. If you're facing this decision, take your time, ask questions, and think carefully about what's best for you. Your life, your choices, they're worth holding on to for as long as you can. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs and inspires. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.